he was depicted as a regal man, mature with sturdy figure. Look at that word sturdy. So he had to have a sturdy figure. Barnabas had to have a sturdy figure. But you're going to go deeper into it so you can fully be able to understand it. Go ahead, what that word sturdy means.
Back in
See what that says.
the Urban Dictionary, the definition for the word sturdy: strongly built, stalwart, robust.
Stalwart, yep. Stalwart, S-T-A-L-W-A-R-T, right?
Yep.
Stalwart, go ahead.
Number 2 now, it says strong, as in substance, construction, or texture.
So stalwart, robust, strong in appearance, built. So you had to have like a strong build to him. And it says mature with sturdy figure and dark beard. So you had to have probably have dark beard, or he probably had grays in his beard, who knows? And he looked mature. He looked built. Had like an appearance like of a king, a royal type appearance. His usual attributes were a lightning bolt, royal scepter, and eagle. So I got something right here on his website. It says it's a web page. It's a part called Hymns to Zeus. I'm gonna read this part right here. Right, and this goes back. This is a Homeric hymn, 23 to Cronaides. So goes back to Homer, Greek epic. This is between the 7th century and 4th century BC. It says to Zeus, Cronaides, which means the son of Kronos, Most High, which is Hypatos. I will sing of Zeus, chiefest among the gods and greatest all-seeing, the Lord of all, the fulfiller who whispers words of wisdom to Themis as she sits leaning towards him. Be gracious, all-seeing Cronaides, most excellent and great. Okay, I got one more. I'm gonna read. This is Orphic Hymn 20. It says to Zeus of lightning. Look at that word Orphic. See what that word Orphic means.
I got 2 definitions. Okay, this is in the etymology dictionary.
Go ahead.
The word Orphic. It says from Greek Orphikos, pertaining to Orpheus, master of magicians of
Be a little bit louder.
A
little bit louder.
It says Orphic, from Greek Orphikos, pertaining to Orpheus, master of magician of Thrace, son of Erigos and what's that word? Callio.
It's also a Greek myth. Go ahead, so-called musician. Go ahead.
Husband of
magician. Go ahead.
Eurydice, whose name of unknown origin was associated with the mystic doctrine.
So his name, was it Orpheus?
Yeah.
Was associated with mystic doctrine. Now get the other.
Orpheus.
Yeah. Get that one.
Okay, this is from Wikipedia. Orpheism, more rarely, Orphicism. Ancient Greek is a name given to a set of religious beliefs and practices.
So Orphic is a name given to a set of religious beliefs and practices. That's why we're about to read an Orphic hymn. An Orphic hymn, which was a hymn or song that sang to Zeus in the ancient world. Because why? It goes back to religious practices in the ancient world. That's why we're about to read an Orphic hymn. To read one of the hymns that they sang to Zeus back in ancient Greece. The point of us bringing this out is so that you can understand how they looked at him in the ancient world.
Yeah.
So that how you can understand how in the ancient time of Paul and Barnabas looked at him the same way.
Right.
Because these were common beliefs. Go ahead.
Right. It says
you gotta understand, you gotta put yourself in that time period. Go ahead.
That's how you understand it more.
Yeah.
It says originating in the ancient Greek and the Hellenistic world.
Yep. Hellenistic world, yep.
As well as the Thracians, associated with literature ascribed to the mystical poet Orpheus.
See, they were subscribed to literature of the mythical poet Orpheus. Go ahead. Just that first paragraph.
Who descended into Hades and returned.
You see that?
Yeah.
That's basically it. That's basically the point. So we're going to read the Orphic hymn real quick, which an Orphic hymn goes back to the mystical religious doctrines of ancient Greece. And these are the songs that people who belong to these different religious doctrines would sing to whatever particular god they was worshiping. Orphic hymn 20 to Zeus of lightning. It says, to Zeus, Astropios, lightning maker, I call the mighty, holy, splendid, light, aerial, dreadful sounding, fiery, bright, flaming, ethereal light, and with angry voice, lightning through lucid clouds with crashing noise, untamed, to whom resentment's dire belong. pure, holy power, all parent, great and strong, come and benevolent. These rights attend and grant the mortal life a pleasing end. So you understood a little bit about Jupiter. How Jupiter was depicted as being regal, which is like a monarchical appearance, and how he had a sturdy figure, which is a strong build. So Barnabas had to have a strong build and a regal type of appearance. Jupiter was particularly depicted as being mature and with a dark beard. So Barnabas had to look mature. He had to have had a beard and a strong built figure, like how Zeus is commonly depicted, right?
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
Zeus got that big long beard.
Yeah.
You know, that is what's that? Toga.
Yeah, so-called toga, which Barnabas wasn't wearing no fucking toga, man. You know what I'm saying?
But
that's how he.
Yeah, that was the Rome's royal apparel.
Exactly.
So Barnabas must have been wearing something like an Israelite royal apparel.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice,
yep.
You know,
had a nice garment on.
Yeah,
you know.
Like that.
Not like Nate though.
Go ahead. Alright, this is
Nate always pop up somewhere. Read verse 12 again, and then we're gonna get to
back in Acts 14
then we're gonna really get to the
12.
meat of it. Go ahead.
It says, and they called Barnabas Jupiter and Paul Mercurius because he was the chief speaker.
And they called Paul Mercurius because he was the chief speaker.
Right.
Now we gotta go into Mercury now.
Right.
Now this is Wikipedia, right? This is the word Mercury in mythology. It says Mercury is a major Roman god, being one of the deconsenters within the ancient Roman pantheon. Let's check real quick. Okay. Ancient Roman pantheon. He is the patron god of financial gain, commerce, eloquence, and thus poetry, messages, communication. So now you understand why he's the chief speaker. He's the god of communication and he's the god of eloquence. You know?
I can say this too.
Go ahead, bro.
Like I was telling you the other night on the phone.
Yep.
Now, if you look at some of the post office stamps, what's on it? You either have the shoes that he wore, which is the shoes with the wings on it,
Yep.
or he has the hat, the helmet with the wings on it.
I believe that hat was called the Pt.2.
The Pt.2, right?
Because as a matter of fact, say one thing. That's why when you go to the book of Maccabees, it tells you that they made them wear a hat. They was in the gym and made them wear a hat.
Yeah.
Because Hermes was what? The god of athletics.
Kind.
So he had to wear that fucking hat, man, called the Pt.2. I'm not. You can look it up if you want to. Pt.2. P-E-T-A. S-O-S. Pt.2. Like Pt.2's hat. Go ahead. It's like kind of like a straw hat.
Yeah.
Kind of. It resembles it similar.
Yeah, because he was a messenger.
Yeah, he was a messenger.
And now, in the post office, what do you do in the post office? You send messages to each other.
Yeah.
You know, so that shows you that America
and you can't send that message without that stamp.
You can't. You can't send a message without that stamp. So it shows you America is still in that Roman philosophy, man. This is still Rome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
This is still, you could read the book of Daniels, where it tells you about all the kingdoms and when they went down.
See that?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that's that hat.
Yep.
Did you like go on Google and like see it said like a Greek hat, like a Hermes, right?
Yeah.
See that? We can put it in post-production.
Yeah.
You know, I just didn't look it up in a while, so I wanted to make sure it be clarified. But I'm reading a little bit, then we go get into communicate. You know, it says eloquence, messages, communication, travelers, boundaries, luck, trickery, and thieves. He is also the guide of souls to the underworld. That's called the psychopomp. Somebody who's a guide of souls to the underworld. He was considered the son of Maya and Jupiter in Roman mythology. His name is possibly related to the Latin word merx, merchandise. Compare merchant, commerce, mercari to trade. That's why you call him merchant. Mercury, merchant, god of commerce, right? To mercari to trade, and mercis, wages. Another possible connection is the Proto-Indo-European root, merg for boundary, border, Old English merc, Norse mark, and Latin margo. In Greek, as the keeper of boundaries, referring to his role as bridge between the upper and lower worlds. He is in the earliest forms. He appears to have been related to the Etruscan deity terms, because a lot of these gods goes back to the Etruscans too. And Jake, you know, both of which share characteristics with the Greek god Hermes. In Virgil's Aeneid, which he was a Greek poet, a poet in the ancient world. I believe he was a Roman poet. Mercury reminds Aeneas of his mission to found the city of Rome. In Ovid's Fasti, another Roman poet, Mercury is assigned to escort the nymph Larunda to the underworld. Mercury, however, fell in love with Larunda and made love to her on the way. Larunda thereby became mother to two children, referring to them as Laris and invisible household gods.